What's up YouTube, Uzku here. Today I'll be bringing you a Yosenju deck profile. Deck's ridiculously cheap at the minute, and I think it has a lot of potential, especially because it's a deck featured heavily in the anime. So I'll probably end up getting a little bit more spotlight down the road and more support. So if I pick up the deck now, I've got like the core for just over a tenner in some trades, so you can't really beat that in terms of budget. The basic premise of the deck is to swarm the field, and then everything returns back to your hand, so it's sort of like a weird mix between hunters and spirits. Okay. The first guy, Camo 1. What he does is all of the cameras, 1, 2 and 3, include the effect of when it's normal summoned, you can normal summon another Yosenju card, apart from another copy of itself. And this guy, while you control another Yosenju card, you can bounce one monster your opponent controls, I think that's correct. One face-up card, in fact. Bounces straight back to the hand, although this effect can only be used once while this card's face up on the field. And then during the end phase, if it was normal summoned, it goes back to your hand. Yosenju Kama 2, I play 3 of. Again, allows extra normal summons and goes back to your hand during the end phase, but his unique thing is that he can attack directly, but if he does so using his effect, then any battle damage is halved. He works well with Kama 3. His unique thing is that when another Yosenju monster inflicts battle damage, you can add one Yosenju card from your deck to your hand, and you can only use the effect of Kama 3 once per turn, even if you have multiples out. So the basic premise of the deck is to summon Kama 1, Kama 2, and Kama 3, bounce things, deal damage even if your opponent has a monster on the board, and then search. Backing them up, we have one Yosenju Magat. He's the deck's sort of main tribute monster. And when he's normal summoned, you can special summon any Yosenju monster from your deck, apart from another copy of himself. And then during the end phase, if this card was special summoned, he goes back to your hand. That's important because he stays on the field if you tribute summon him, meaning you have a Yosenju card out for the secret move, the count trap. And he doesn't really cost you cards, because if you, for instance, normal summoned Kama 3, then use his effect to get the extra normal summon, tribute him for Magat, and then you can just use Magat's effect to return a level 3 to the field. Return Kama 3 rather. Although this Kama 3 would be special summoned, and so would stick around during the end phase. I play 2 Yosenju Tsujik. Tsujik does not have the extra normal summon effect, but he does have the return to hand if normal summoned effect. He has 2 different effects, and you can only use each of the effects once per turn. During either player's damage step, if this card's in your hand and a Yosenju monster battles an opponent's monster, you can discard him and then pump up your Yosenju by 1000. Or if he's on the field, you can target one Yosenju monster and beef it up by 1000. And the final Yosenju monster I play 2 Yosenju Shinchu L. He's your pendulum monster. His pendulum effect reads: if a Yosenju monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy him instead. He's mainly in there, so you always have a card out for secret move. And then the final monster to play is one T-King. Because I heard he's good against Necros and Klee and pretty much every meta deck. For spells, double duality, triple upstart, triple Tinky, because everything apart from T-King is Beast Warrior, triple Yosenju Training Grounds. What this card does is when a Yosenju monster is normal or special summoned, place a counter on it, and then once per turn you can remove 1 or 3 counters from Yosenju Training Grounds. If you remove 1, all Yosenju monsters you control gain 300 attack, and if you remove 3, you can add any Yosenju card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. I honestly think this deck would be ridiculously good if this card was the Yosenju card itself, so you could add it off of Kama 3, but maybe that would just be a little bit too good. Next up is triple MST. I'll shift that back row. One Snatch Steal, Raigeki, double Dark Hole. I was toying around with Creature Swap, because you can swap a Yosenju for their monster, and then your Yosenju goes back to your hand, so you basically nick a monster for nothing. It functions in exactly the same way as Spirits do, but in testing, against most decks, they sort of cotton onto it fairly quickly and make sure if they drop a boss monster that they always have something small out as well. So I sort of relegated to the side deck. For traps, one warning, because what's called Denko Seka is a card. Triple secret move. This is effectively like Infinity Barrier. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, while you control at least one Yosenju card, and all face-up monsters you control are Yosenju monsters, you can negate it and destroy it. One important thing to note with this is that you don't actually have to control a Yosenju monster. You can just have, say, like the Pendulum card up, and that'll be perfectly fine. And then to round off, I played triple Emptiness. The extra deck is largely just generic rank 4s. Direwolf, Honor Arc, Dark Rebellion, 2 Cowboy. I played 2 because the extra burn damage allows you to OTK with 4 of the little dudes rather than 5, and that's any 4 of them. Heartland Draco, especially good because you'll have a face-up spell quite a lot of the time. Exton Knight, Castel, Ragnar Zero, Dweller, Emerald, Rhapsody and Berserk, Chidori, which I still need to get my hands on, Black Ship, and Tiger King. So a fairly sort of standard extra deck. The only non-generic card in there really is Chidori. Well, I suppose Tiger King as well. But he's sort of more widely seen, or at least used to be. But yeah, this has been testing really rather well, considering its current price. I don't know if it'd be particularly tier at the moment, and I'm not making that assertion, but it's certainly a lot of fun to play, and I'd certainly recommend giving it a go. So let me know in the comments what you think of this deck. Do you think it has potential? Do you think it's shite? Let me know. Do you think my build is good? Or what changes would you personally make to it? But for now, this is Yosenju, signing out.